How does neurobics work?
Neurobics is often called building bridges. And as I had mentioned to you, those bridges are easy. Those bridges are the roots. Those bridges are where the neuronal bulbs with stored memory resolve. As you look at this picture, you will see that there are many bridges that go from one side to the other side of the island. And with those multiple bridges, if one or two go down, you have that safety net. Now, to be a neurobic exercise, it should do one or more of the following. First, involve one or more of your senses in a novel way, and that is doing something different. For instance, instead of eating with your right hand, eat with your left hand. Believe it or not, the whole right part of your brain will light up, and you will be building multiple bridges. Second, engage yourself in the activity. So, passively watching TV, for instance, does not build up the brain because all there is input. There's no output. In order to build up a connection, there has to be a two-way street. Third, break a routine activity in an unexpected or novel way. And just as I had mentioned, writing with your right hand, if you're right-handed, write left-handed. Change the way in which you type. Change the way in which you use the mouse for a computer. There are many inventive ways. In fact, if you go to the anti-Alzheimer's prescription, you will see 40 pages of different ways of doing neurobics, all of which do not require expensive equipment or expensive games. And always remember the sixth sense. The sixth sense is one of the most important because it involves the limbic system, and that is the one that controls the sympathetic and vagal nervous system. The sixth sense is your emotions. Don't be afraid to close your eyes and smell and think, oh, that reminds me of the beach when I was with my father. Oh, that aroma I smell, that reminds me of when I was in the kitchen with my mother. I remember her smell. I remember her touch. I remember how she cooked. And these memories are essential for building up and reinforcing connections that gradually decrease and deteriorate as we age. I stress that it is more important to use those senses which you infrequently use than those senses that you do. So for instance, sight and hearing are the two most important ones that you use. I advise using touch, learning Braille, smell, extremely important going into restaurants or before eating. Try to find out what are the aromas that you smell and what emotions do they bring up. You can involve more of your senses in a novel way, like for instance getting dressed for work. And as long as you don't have any difficulty with your balance, close your eyes and try to do it. Guess the ingredients of the food by smelling, listening to a specific piece of music while smelling a particular aroma. Aromatherapy has really proven to be highly helpful for those people who have depression. Second step is engage your attention. To stand out from the background of everyday activities, something has to be unusual. Fun, surprising, invoke one of your basic emotions. I really think that humor is one of the ones that is missing. Don't be afraid to tell a joke. It's a great way to memorize things. And then, immediately as you hear it, tell it to someone else. Call someone. Send it through the web. But it is a great way to both build emotions. It is a great way to both build emotional intelligence and at the same time, your overall capacity. Third step, break a routine activity in an unexpected novel way. Take a completely new route to work. And why is this important? There were 3 studies that have been done with taxi cab drivers. We have found that taxi cab drivers seem to resist Alzheimer's disease practically better than any other profession. And can you wonder why? They're always meeting new people. They're always in different routines. They are always having to compensate. They're always having to use their brain in many different ways. And they're constantly learning. Finally, there are many exercises to stimulate the email. That is, our executive functioning, our memory, our attention, our intelligence, and our language. They stem from learning a new language to learning how to play a new instrument, and so on. If you go to the anti-Alzheimer's prescription, as I had mentioned, there are page upon page of examples of how you can increase your brain capacity and maintain your brain volume. Remember, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.